we had a PC Mac thing going on here, so you'll have to kind of bear with me here. This is a point from Kirk was filming last spring. I think this is sectionals in Long Beach, right? Yes. Okay. This is one point. I'm going to play this point and then come back and look at something specific, just so you can see the kind of overall flow of what's going on. But it's a little jerky here, unfortunately. It's unfortunate because on my desk computer, this is actually fine. Oh. You know what's interesting about these video clips? It turns out that there's actually a lot more standing around than I thought there is. You know, all these calls. It's kind of interesting. Okay.
It wasn't that back in your day?
Oh, no, we played a lot better. No. No, we had our shares. We had some pretty ugly games, so lots of calling too. So, no, that hasn't gone away. Okay. This is a little bit in slow motion. I want to show you something that's going to happen. I think this is Kenny.
Yeah.
And this is Justin. Justin's going to catch the disc here, and I want you to watch what happens to the receivers down here. Okay?
Did he come in? Oh, he's on deep.
Nice, simple. Okay.
Justin?
Think about lanes here, passing lanes here. These guys were trying to position actually for Kenny, so that's why they're sort of clearing out here. But look at this lane here. There's actually a lane here and a lane over here, it turns out. So there's actually a lot of space here to throw to here. Unfortunately, this is the turnover throw here. Great.
Come on, man.
I was open.
You're cutting from the same side of the field shot.
I would have got it.
I'm going back here just a little bit here. There's actually two things going on here. One is the throw. This is actually one of these bullet throws, and it turns out if this throw was a little outside in with a little bit of curve out here. Well, okay. We'll kind of actually caught this disc because a throw with just a little bit of curve on it, he would have had time to run over here, out here, to catch that. So that's actually an example of adjustment in the style of throw. At the same time, this is sort of like an adjustment cut. This is actually a proper cut coming in here. Waiting just a split second longer for an adjustment to over here would actually be an all right thing to do. It doesn't have to be this direct throw. There's an advantage to having that throw end up out here. So this cut actually comes up and then swerves out here. So that would be like an adjustment here. This current cut is not a wrong cut. It's actually okay. But that's an alternative you can do. And the advantage is that when you actually catch the disc out here, you're actually catching it in some space, and then the motion can actually be headed back down the field. Okay, so it's a little bit of strategy as to catching it a little further out. Okay. I'll actually show you an example. I backed up a bit here. There's actually one more adjustment, and I think it's Will.
Yeah.
Are you here?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no. I've lost track of classes here. This falls under the category of adjustment cutting, awareness and adjusting, and this is being opportunistic here. Will is going to, rightly so, Will is actually starting to clear out, but this space is still available for Justin over here. Yeah. If Will wanted to, he actually could have driven his guy back into this crowd and he just popped out here. Okay. Let's see if we can see that here. See, he's running away, but you can see that he actually could just actually do a counter cut back out here. Slam on the brakes and curl back out here. He has to worry about the momentum of this fender, and this is why I'm saying that if he had driven, basically just turned around and run almost right back into this defender, he would have gotten this defender, his mechanics would be off from just running, right? Because he would have to brake and start backpedaling. But Will could have actually driven in and just popped out here. And by popping out here, that's actually, it's like this little curl cut. And that would actually be also a very simple throw to do is here. But he has to, the timing of it, yes, he would have had to have started this earlier than what we're seeing here. And if it's not there, he has to recognize that the throw's not coming in and get out really quickly. Okay. Do you see how that could have been an option? You certainly never want to clog things, but every so often you can just do a little counter move and you're open for 1 or 2 counts before you have to get back out. And sometimes that really helps the thrower. And this is a case where you probably really could have thrown the Will here because you're actually looking right down in that lane area. Okay. Okay. Any comments about that? It never hurts to be always looking, because even though you, like in this case, Will has made his cut, he's actually turned his back to the thrower and he's resetting like he should be. Be opportunistic. You never know when your defender just slides away, and that gives you that opportunity to just curl around for a couple counts. These things are there, more so than you might think. Okay. We're going to see another example of our opportunities here. I think it's this one here. Yeah.
Pyramid.
This is actually unfortunately, if I play this at regular speed, this is what it turns out. The disc moves back and forth, and then you break. There's a zone here, defensive zone. You break through the zone, and then you actually score.
Score game.
We don't show the score.
Oh.